Welcome back. Now today is going to be a lot of fun because we have raided the fridge of a famous chef, Will Murray. He is one of the chefs behind Fallow, sister restaurant Fowl, and soon to open Row. And let's see, it's always intriguing to see inside a chef's fridge at home, not at the restaurant. Boys, what are you expecting?
Now, when he came here, he brought a whole cod's head. So I'm worried because he's a very chefy chef.
But he's also a bit of a lad, so who knows?
Okay, so let's take a journey into my fridge.
Okay, well, straight away we have empanadas.
Jamaican patties. He likes them, and he says you whack them in a hot oven. They're like easy, delicious snack in no time at all.
Eggs, parmesan, garlic, bacon, sausage, lovely bit of sauce.
A massive baby bell.
To be fair, he had a net of small baby bells, but we had a big one.
Posh cheese.
Posh French cheese.
Posh
Langres.
French
That looks
cheese.
very old, that one.
Stocks and
Jerky.
Wagyu jerky.
British cured meat, jerky.
Artichokes in a can.
Artichoke hearts.
A lot of courgettes.
Mushrooms.
Yeah,
No,
he didn't go
man.
into his loft for those.
Chicken rillet.
Chicken rillette?
Rillette, yeah.
What's rillette?
A pate, but with coarse meat still in it.
A stinking bishop.
Absolute guilty pleasure, Will, and I'm here for it.
This is a weakness, stinking bishop cheese, which is proper funky. And it's funking up my fridge even in the Tupperware.
What is that? A
No, this is ting.
ting? A tin of what?
No, ting.
I don't know what it is. Tell me what it is.
It's Caribbean or Jamaican drink, isn't it? Soda.
Grapefruit soda, I
Yeah.
think.
Grapefruit soda. Some very attractive chili oil.
Lovely.
This is probably the best crispy chili you could ever use. Made in Essex, Woodford Green. It's got loads of different spices in there as well. So it's got like Malaysian and Sri Lankan spices in there. So it's not just like a standard chili.
Not what I'd expect to find in a chef's fridge. Leftover Dominoes. Chefs unashamedly enjoy a takeaway meal, and this hits a spot.
I'm really excited, Barry, but at the same time, these are lots of different individual dishes that I would enjoy, but I don't quite know how they're going together.
Boys, you don't need to use them all. Ultimately, these are ingredients from his fridge, so he and his family will get home and they will put together something with these ingredients. That's all we're requiring you to do. A midweek meal that celebrates some of those very commonplace ingredients and some very, very nice ingredients. We're going to give you 5 minutes of thinking time, and then we'll put 30 minutes on the clock.
Have you got an idea?
No.
And your time starts now.
Go, you knife.
Sausages.
I saw the grapefruit ting and the chili oil. I thought I could make some sort of interesting dressing to go around my courgette salad.
Okay, so this
So
is for on the side.
Yeah, so I'm slicing up my courgette first and making a spicy salad.
Whereas Jamie's melting rillette in a pan.
Well, I don't know if this is going to work, Ebbers, but I'd like to cook my onions in it to add some chickeny, fatty element to it. It's
Very tasty. It's bound with duck fat. Probably worth pointing out, about 75% of it is pre-cooked chicken.
Yeah.
So that's not going to melt. That's already cooked protein.
in that case, we're going with some fat from a different animal.
Hey, there's one thing we know about the Fallow boys. They're not shy on using as many animals as possible.
And all the right parts of them. I'm excited for their new restaurant because it's responsibly sourced fish and game.
Have they got enough restaurants already?
And it's just down the road from me, so it's excellent.
They're getting greedy.
Walking distance.
Right, we are off.
So Jamie's gone straight in with cooking 4 different types of 3 animals, and Barry's cut up a courgette.
All right.
I'm about to do that as well, though, to be fair.
Was there anything in his fridge that surprised you?
Looking in someone's fridge is a really personal
Yep.
experience because you have things in there for so many different reasons
Yep.
and without any context as to why. You have the real top end of roulette and a very specific chorizo, down to half a Domino's pizza that's been left over. It's really, really interesting.
We always say chefs are not normal until you look in their fridge and you realise there is a human side there.
Yeah.
The fact that he's got food for his kids in there, the fact he's got guilty pleasures like Domino's and other snacking things that we all do makes him more human.
Along with the juxtaposition of duck fat and chicken rillettes,
Yeah.
2 beautiful cheeses, a French Langres and a British stinking bishop.
Not much fresh stuff I'd say.
I mean, there's every chance there were other things in his fridge. He only pulled out some of it. It was a busy fridge. Jay, lots of stuff going in a pan. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking like a sausage, mushroom and courgette casserole crumble.
Crumble.
So rather than having a separate side dish, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pastry from these patties, combine it with some cheese and crumble it over the top, grill it off, and everything underneath will be this lovely sausagey, oniony, mushroomy casserole. Yeah.
So I think of a typical crumble as being like a flour butter concoction, and absolutely savoury is a great option. You've kind of almost gone crumble pie because you're using pastry as a crumble.
Pastry and cheese.
So I've got my courgette and onion base to my salad. Now to make the mystery dressing. But then some grapefruit tea.
So a sweet, citrusy, absolutely delicious.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay, right. Now I've got to find the right levels.
I actually really love these kind of challenges. This is what I tend to do on a Monday evening. So Lucy's at work. Our weekly shop tends to turn up on a Tuesday. We have leftovers from the weekend, and I'm fending for myself in terms of what to cook me for dinner. And I just come up with the strangest but most delicious combinations that I can think of.
Is it at the end of a Monday like you go, thank goodness I found a wife? Otherwise, this is a glimpse into what could have been.
A wife or an Ebbers and a Cush at the end of an app, because planning, shopping and cooking with Sidekick will get you to a very similar place.
I've never thought of you two as my second and third wives, but yeah.
So far, Baz, you've made a salad.
Yes, Ebbers.
Why?
What's wrong with a salad?
Absolutely nothing, but you've got lots of other ingredients in front of you that you're going to use. How?
Here's my plan. I'm using the pizza. And I'm not going to do much to the pizza. What I'm going to do is take off a quarter, and then I'm going to squeeze out some sausage, cover this in sausage, fry it off in a pan, give it a flip, cover in cheese, pop an egg on top with a side salad. That is a brunch for chefs. That is a chefy brunch. See, I've seen this done on like quesadillas or burgers. Like people make kind of smash burgers like this. You just smear the sausage on the pizza. The thing is, it's already beautifully seasoned. And so is the pizza. So massage that into the pizza because I wanted to connect even sausage distribution.
For my even sausage distribution, I'm slicing, which will then make my sausages that are now cooked pretty much the same size as everything else that's in the pan.
Oh my goodness, that is a hearty stew, Jay.
Yep.
Domino's sausage pizza.
Interestingly, that's not a million miles away from like a Turkish pizza.
Is it not?
Lamacun. Lamacun.
I mean, it cooks in a completely different way, but, you know, meat on bread.
Ebbers, I'm going to be honest with you, there are some amazing smells coming from this pan. Going in with some tomato puree and then my chicken gravy, that's going to form a sauce. Not sure yet if I'm going to need some flour to thicken it up because I don't have time to let it all cook out, but we'll see.
If you are adding flour, when's the best time to add it?
Whilst this stuff is dry, before I put the liquid in.
If it is regular flour, yes. If it's a corn flour slurry, you could do it after. Yeah, so in a way, Jay, you're adding the flour now, then you use the stock around it, almost like a fricassee. A fricassee of sausage, courgette and mushroom. Sounds chefy.
I mean, it's not a looker yet, but the sausage is cooking and the pizza is warmed through.
Baz, you've pushed cheese to the front of your bench. Jay has also mentioned he's using cheese. Which are you using?
So my thinking was pizza, sausage, cheese, but I don't really know what these cheeses are. So let's have a sniff. What's like? Oh,
so it's not as funky as something like an Epoisset. Stinking Bishop.
How do I get into this?
Is phenomenal. It's a washed rind cheese, and they wash it in Perry, which is made from Bishop
needs a
pears.
shower. Smell my Bishop.
Wait. Oh. Look at that.
Thank you.
That's not what that was for.
Yep, I'm a big fan of these cheeses. Thank you, Will.
The Stinking Bishop, it tastes like it smells, but once you remove the actual essence of the smell, the taste that remains is lovely. I kind of want to crumble this Langray over the pizza because it's got kind of almost crumbly goat cheesy kind of feel to it.
That's going to be crumbled with my pastry.
Oh, is it?
And some parmesan and a little bit of garlic as well, all together.
All right, okay, right, game on. But wait a minute, I could do a 4 cheese pizza here, couldn't I?
You could do a quattro
With your Baby Bell.
5.
No, I've got parmesan.
Oh, you got parmesan as well.
1, 2, 3, whatever cheese is in there.
And the Baby Bell. Cinco quote formaggio. That's one better than quattro.
It is.
Yeah. No, that's my...
I think I'm in a good place.
Now, Jay, when it comes to the Jamaican patties, ever had one?
Absolutely. They're in the refrigerated section next to the sausage rolls, Scotch eggs, pork pies. So when I'm deciding what treat I'm going to get myself, they're in the mix, basically. Into my crumble, I've got Parmesan, longue, and some garlic. I'm now going to flake in some of my pastry from my patty. I'm going to spoon out the inside, and we're going to keep it on top. Well, we might as well, Ebbers, because otherwise I don't know where I would use the insides. So it's just going to add an extra little bit of spice.
More
and
flavouring, more
flavour.
spicing. Other than the chorizo spicing, is there any spicing in your actual mix?
I went for fennel, because
Okay.
sausages love fennel. Perfect. One last stir, and then we'll get this crumble on top, under the grill. Job's a good one.
You've absolutely nailed this, boys. Given our entire purpose is to take the wonders that go on in chefs' heads and distill them down for normal home cooks, is there anything from Will's fridge that you think, I need to have that in my fridge more often?
I love a chili oil. This one offers something a little bit different to other ones I've had in the past. I'm taking that one home.
I agree.
That's how this normally works.
I
yeah.
agree, because I have hot sauces, I don't have hot oils.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really, really decent one to have. I would also like to expand my cheese selection, if I'm honest. I don't have many unusual cheeses. We have Baby Bell, cheddar, Parmesan. That's probably it.
And Will always has a pecorino or a parmesan in his fridge too. But his own guilty pleasure are those special funky British stinking bishop or Longray. You can barely see Barry's dish for the chaos around him, but
I'm done!
he's done.
I'm done! This never happens! I'm done early!
So much for cleaning as you go. But do you know what? That looks like an excellent midweek meal. Hashtag not an ad, but what a great use of Domino's pizza.
Don't get too excited, Baz.
Oh, Jay!
Done as well.
Hang on a minute, what was the point of me starting a stopwatch? You've still got 3 minutes to go. And you're both done, so let's get them into the sexies.
Yeah! Well, what was that? Oh, I did that.
Don't know, it's a bit weird. Boys, 2 dishes that meet the midweek meal criteria, and I have to be honest, with the ingredients you had, quite an eclectic mix of both brilliant ingredients and a few curveballs, some interesting applications. Let's start with this one. Yeah. I mean, sausage casserole has just got your name all over it, but it's got some nice twists to it.
Look at the cheese pool. Funky cheese pool.
Cheers.
Oh, goodness me.
Cheers. Really tasty. I think as you'd expect with those ingredients, but then the surprise comes in.
Hello, mushrooms.
Jamaican patty
Yeah.
and cheese topping. Which
then
cheese should you use? The Longray?
Longue. And then every now and then you get a bit of chorizo.
Yeah, where's the spice coming from? Is it the patties? And the chorizo?
But you've got that citrusy aniseedy note that comes through from the fennel as well. Courgette, onions, you've packed it out with veg. That is a hearty midweek meal. On this side, initial thoughts, really basic, because you just put a piece of pizza with an egg and a salad.
Yes, I have.
But actually, you've added different layers and textures to the pizza, which isn't visually obvious until you tuck in.
So you just made a margarita pizza a better pizza.
Yeah. But with the flipped sausage tekkers and a fried egg, bit of chili oil, and some of those funky cheeses, and you've got the stinking bishop in there as well.
And no pizza is complete without an egg.
Cheers.
I think courgette is an underrated vegetable to use raw.
Yeah.
That chili oil has a warmth to it for sure.
Also,
But it's a delicious warmth.
and that is very sweet, that drink, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
King.
I think that's got a really, really powerful oil, so it kind of lingers heat. But with this, which is really cheesy, and you've got the fatty of the sausage and the egg, and lots of bread, it all kind of balances out.
It's a really great way to upcycle a pizza.
No.
I like the fact you've got the raw onion crunch in there as well.
The complexity of those beautiful cheeses, it's slightly lost.
I mean, they're cheeses for a cheese board, I think, really. But use what you got in the fridge, and they do add something. I like that at the outset they're both incredibly simple ideas, which is what you want midweek. You've got that familiarity and that comfort zone, and yet both of them have some really nice, interesting twists to take them to new places. I have one dish that I think has a few more twists and turns and makes use of more of the ingredients in a interesting twist. And that, for me, is the savoury sausage casserole.
Brilliant.
Obvious as a title, but excellent in its delivery.
Well done, mate. That is a delicious dish. But it doesn't matter what you think.
It does.
That's up to you guys. Comment down below who you think won this battle. Also, Will, if you're watching, comment down below. Tell us who should have won.
And also massive thanks to Will, because letting us peek inside your fridge, it is incredibly intrusive and personal space in your family home, but it's been fascinating. Thank you.
Whose fridge shall we check out next?